guys, so we are at Epcot. We are in the French Pavillion, as you can see. We're very excited because tonight we're going to go have dinner at Monsieur Paul.
Sounds really good. Very excited about this. We tried it once before and excited about going back again.
Yeah, this time we brought the camera.
That's right. Let's do this. Got an awesome table for dinner. Look outside, you see the World Showcase right there. Oh, sure.
So our waitress came by, she was very friendly. They have a variety of different menus you can choose from. They have an a la carte menu, so you can choose your own appetizer, your entree, dessert, and so forth. But they also have two different prefix menus as well. One of them is I think it was a 5-course prefix where you can kind of select and choose. But then there's also the menu degustation, which is the chef sampling of pretty much all the flavors and everything they prepared for the night.
There are no selections in this one. You're basically just trusting in the chef and the food that they provided for you. And that one looks to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 7 courses. And then of course there's also wine pairing for that. It looks really good, and everything sounds absolutely amazing on that one. So I don't know what we're going to choose. Guess we'll find out soon.
So depending on what we get, I'm not even going to bother pronouncing any of this stuff because I will just butcher it. So as we show the dishes that we get throughout the video, I'm actually just going to print on the screen what it says from the menu.
Keep in mind though that Mike did take French in high school, so it's still going to be fun.
So bread showed up. This looks great. There's 3 different types of bread. It's a baguette, a cheese bread, and I'm not really sure what this one is here. All of them look really, really great. She did let us try one of each, so lots of bread. And then of course we've got butter.
All right, so I just tried this one. I think it's a herb rosemary bread. It tastes really good, fresh. Herby, but it's really good.
We actually learned in France that you're supposed to tear the bread. And also in France, they don't use butter with their bread either.
Thankfully, we're not in France tonight.
Monsieur, first wine from the wine pairing, which is a Chardonnay from Loire-Vallée.
So this is the amuse-bouche. It was a crudo with a horseradish cream on top. Some horseradish there. The horseradish is very subtle. It's not like in your face like horseradish usually is. And the crudo is chilled very nicely. Very good.
So the wine pairing is amazing. It's really dry Chardonnay. It's not too buttery, which pairs really well with the crudo that we just had, which is very cold, fresh fish. And the horseradish cream is mostly like whipped, so you don't get that really bite that you typically would do with a horseradish, but it's still pretty good. You definitely get a little bit of there, and it's kind of hidden in the back of your palate. There's a little citrus melon ball on the quarter of it. Really, really good. So far the amuse-bouche, thumbs up.
So this is our escargot served in a gougere with cheese. It smells really good.
All right, time to dig into the escargot. It's really savory. Cooked perfectly. The garlic herb butter definitely has a punch of flavor to it. I like the bread, the Gruyere. Is it Gruyere?
Yes.
Yeah. Really, really good. And the escargot is cooked perfectly. It's very good.
So I'm not a huge fan of escargot, but it doesn't have like a bad flavor. Like that doesn't bother me. It's the texture. It's kind of very odd texture that I think most people would probably agree. If you're hesitant to eating snails, the big obstacle to overcome is the texture.
I think the trick is just have a big bite, have everything in there. You really can't tell the difference of what it is. Might be mushroom, might be escargot, who knows. Tastes like garlic herb butter to me.
All right, I had to give up. I had 3 of them.
It was good. So I have to say, our waitress, Amelia, is absolutely amazing. We're getting French history, where everything comes from, why they do it traditionally. It's really kind of cool. But she's doing a great job.
So real quick about the wine has been really great so far, but the pours they give you are very generous, especially for Disney. Really impressed. Oh wow, very tender. It's very good. The scallop is cooked very nicely. It's very tender, but the sauce that they put it on gives it kind of a hearty flavor, which you don't really associate with scallop. It's interesting. I like it.
So I just finished my scallops. It's delicious. The broth is velvety. Scallops are very tender, cooked perfectly. And the parsnips give it like a little bit of a sweetness to it. Very good. And then the wine pairing, on point. All right, so this is a sorbet. She mentioned that they always do this in between transitioning from the starter dishes over to the actual main course. She did mention that traditionally in France that they would actually have some sort of liqueur in it, but they don't do that at Disney, unfortunately. But we're going to make the best of it. So, it's very icy. So it's mint, and like a little bit of lavender to it. Very fresh, refreshing. My palate is cleansed.
So here is the third wine from the wine pairing. It's going to be Pinot Noir from Bourgogne, Cuvée Saint-Vincent. So this one, a Pinot Noir in France is kind of light. A little different from here in the States. Pinot Noirs are a little heavier. And those ones we recommend with either poultry or fish because they are red light. So that's why. Okay?
Thank you.
You are very welcome. Let me take all this away from you.
So like she said, it's a Pinot Noir. It's really good. It's very light compared to like Oregon or Napa Valley Pinot Noir. It's very good.
Here's our main entree, which is the duck.
It's really good. It's cooked perfectly. It's really tender and juicy. Very happy with this.
It's cooked really, really well. It's got a lot of flavor. The sauce is great. It's got an orange marmalade sauce. Complements the duck very, very well.
Okay, so our next course is going to be the cheese course. So in a bit, I think they're going to roll over the cart and do a quick little presentation for us.
Voila, I am here. Alors, on the tasting menu, you can choose 3 different cheeses. In total, we're gonna have 6. So what I usually recommend to people is to take 1 of each. So 3 for you and 3 for the second person. So you get to taste everything.
So here's my plate. These are the soft cheeses.
Holy cheese. Look at this big chunk of blue cheese. It's going to be good. So I'm enjoying my cheese. We have blue cheese, Munster, and another French cheese. But it's really good.
It's really, really good. The brie is amazing. The brie, it almost tastes like butter. I'm not really sure what this is, but it's good. And this is I'm not sure what this is either. I mean, I really don't know what any of these are. I know what my brie is, but this is the one that she said she grew up with. And it's really that classic stinky cheese. It's a little off-putting at first, but I don't know, maybe I'm just weird, but I kind of like it. So the cheese course was very, very good. I could definitely sit here and eat more, and they left the bread as well, which is really nice. I'm gonna have to stop because we still have dessert coming, but I could totally finish this cheese if I wanted to.
So she just showed up with the dessert menu. We get to pick whatever we want. So that's the option we have for dessert with our degustation menu.
So this is our last glass of wine for our dinner, and it is a glass of champagne. That's very good.
So we're going to add some more.
Do you want to wait for me to do this one so you can?
Maybe.
Yeah? Okay.
Thank you. Hope you're hungry. It's good.
Et voilà.
Et voilà.
Perfect.
Parfait.
Enjoy.
Very nice.
Oh, it smells
And on top you had white chocolate, and this is a sea salt caramel.
Oh wow. Great.
Okay,
That's
enjoy.
good. Thank you.
Do you want me to put some more?
It's really good. It's a caramel apple. So if you love caramel apples around the park, you have to get this dessert. It's really good.
That's delicious. It's like a death by chocolate sort of dessert. Let's get some of this. Definitely gives it a nice crunch, really good texture. And it's kind of like you get a varietal of different chocolates, like the milk chocolate and the dark chocolate. Very, very good. So as we're finishing up our desserts and finishing up our champagne, we were just reflecting on how, like, this has been really awesome. This has been a really great dinner. The food has been good. The wine has been excellent. And our Amelia, our waitress, is just awesome. She's hilarious. She's been giving us a lot of great, like, tidbits of history and information about the dishes. It's been really, really cool. And I was telling Steve, because this is our second time dining here, and our first time was not that great. So we were here a couple years ago in the summertime, and we were caught in like torrential downpour trying to get here. So by the time we got here, we were soaking wet, we were late for our reservation, we were tired, and we just didn't really enjoy it. It must have marred everything because the dinner was like, and we were over it before it even started. But this has made up for that experience like tenfold. This has been amazing. It's really, really great. And we got a really good seat. We're right by the window. We can see World Showcase, and they got the Christmas decorations up. So very, very excited and a very, very good experience. So that concludes our dinner at Monsieur Paul. That was really, really great.
It was phenomenal. Really good.
Yeah, we can't talk about it enough. As you saw before, we had really, really great service. Amelia, our waitress, was amazing.
She was perfect.
Yeah.
We definitely talked to the manager because she definitely was worth the notoriety and making sure that she got acknowledged for the amazing job she did tonight.
Absolutely, yes. And then obviously the food was incredible, the wine was great. Really, really great dining experience. If you're coming here and you want to have that real Epcot experience with a really great dining experience, this is the one to do. I can't rave about it enough.
Completely agree. If you're going to do Epcot, you have to stop by France and you have to do something here. This is one of the best things I think that they have here at Epcot. It's almost a hidden gem. It's really hard to find, but definitely seek it out.
Yeah, it's around the back and up the stairs of Le Chefs de France, which is very easy to find, but this is definitely worth that little walk around the corner.
Certainly.
But I think that wraps it up for us today. So from our magic family to yours, enjoy.